The cabinet has just cleared an ordinance which makes it criminally liable if you carry old notes, 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. But even before it's come into effect, in fact, on Christmas Day itself, in Telangana and on the Chhattisgarh border, 7 people, human rights activists, lawyers, journalists, a group of them, were arrested by the police and then handed over to the Chhattisgarh police. Why? They are protesting because they say they were on a fact-finding mission to find out about encounter killings in Chhattisgarh. But even before they could get there, they have been arrested. Until now, they haven't been given bail. So we'll be speaking to 2 authors over here. We have Amitava Kumar, who's just come back from Dantewada. He teaches in the US but keeps a close eye here in India. We also have someone who has been working extensively in the area, Nandini Sundar, who herself has been booked by the Chhattisgarh police in a murder case. And taking the police's point of view, we have former Director General of Police, Vikram Singh. But before we speak to both of them, let's just hear from one of the people who has been arrested now. Here's him speaking soon after he was arrested. And remember, they were arrested on Christmas Day. They were arrested on this side outside Chhattisgarh, but later on handed over to the Chhattisgarh police. Let's take a look at that.
तेलंगाना स्टेट में जो दुमुकुरम रहता, वो दुमुकुरम का पास जो है ना, छत्तीसगढ़ पुलिस उनको अगर अधिकार नहीं है तो भी आके लेके आके ये केस में फंसाया अपने को। हम जो है ना हाई कोर्ट वकील है और पत्रकार है।
So those were some of the 7 people who've now been arrested. Remember, it's also been flagged off by international journalists as one of the key conflict zones in India, that journalists have been attacked and have been under attack and been intimidated since 2015. So that's what we'll be speaking about. We'll also be speaking about the impact of demonetization, because the government's been arguing that it has tackled and hit Maoists hard over there. But why is it that so many human rights activists have come under pressure from the authorities over there? I just want to start with you, Amitava Kumar. You've just come back from there. What is your reaction? And did you know all of this, the arrests were happening while you were there?
Yes. I was in a village called Matenar near Dantewada, and we were speaking to young people. Young women had come to offer their testimony in front of visiting PUCL functionaries. And the women there said that one of them had in the village tried to collect the money to go and get it to get it changed into a legal currency, and they were arrested by the police because they were accused of being Maoists. Because if you are Maoist, only then would you have money, as if ordinary working Adivasis would not have money. And so that was one arrest. And when we are speaking about these people, these were arrested simply because they were on a fact-finding mission.
Right.
So the point is that anyone who tries to find out, to talk to people, and we have young people sitting here, so I wanted to tell you that as an ordinary citizen, someone who is concerned, I was just carrying a notebook, I was talking to people, right? This is considered threatening by the police, and the police does not want any investigation into what is often talked among the people: fake encounters, fake arrests, forced arrests, interrogation, killings, rape. And it is a police state. It is a state of emergency. I think that's what Nandini has also described.
Your reaction, because I remember when we interviewed the IG of police there when the case was brought against you and the JNU professor. At that time he said, we don't want outsiders there. We don't want people like Amitava Kumar and others. We certainly, your case came up from a visit that you had made there in May along with other human rights activists. Now that you hear another different set of people have been arrested now, what's your reaction?
Well, the Chhattisgarh government has been intimidating, harassing, threatening people for a very long time. In the last 10 years, ever since this conflict intensified, they've been stopping anybody from visiting the area. And this year, it's particularly intensified. Mr. Kalluri, the IG, has sort of launched this all-out war against not just Adivasis, but against activists. So in February this year, they drove away lawyers who were working there. They drove away journalists who were working there. They basically intimidated their landlords into forcing them to leave. They attacked Soni Sodi, blackened her face. Manish Kunjam, the Adivasi leader, has been consistently threatened. And really the attacks against us also came immediately after the CBI charge sheeted the Chhattisgarh police in a case relating to 2011 when they went around burning villages on a large scale. And Mr. Kaluri was then the SSP Dantewada. He was directly in command of those operations. And ever since then, they've just gone ballistic. I mean, the CBI charge sheeted them on the 17th, 21st, the papers were handed over in the Supreme Court. 23rd, Mr. Kaluri held a press conference saying that the CBI was lying and that we had all bribed villagers. 25th, they attacked Manish Kunjam at a press conference. 7th, they filed this fake FIR against us. And now they've arrested these 7 people. So they are just, they've completely lost it. There's no sense of the Constitution, nothing.
And just to tell our viewers out there, these arrests have been taking place since 2015. Till now, there are 4 journalists who have been under arrest, and as the 2 writers are saying over here, many more have taken place as well. Amnesty and other groups have pointed out as well. I just wanted to go across to Vikram Singh. Vikram Singh, you've heard what other bodies have said. PUCL has also condemned it. Other bodies and organizations have also condemned what's happening in Chhattisgarh. What would you say about the way the police is acting there? Because this group hadn't even reached Chhattisgarh yet, and yet they've been booked under the Chhattisgarh Special Act.
Sumitra ji, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. These are serious allegations and serious concerns, and they need to be addressed that way. The Chhattisgarh Special Protection Act 2005 have inbuilt responses for that. Section 6 and 7 have the advisory board in position. Section 8, subsection 4 says that the superintendent of police gives the prosecution sanction. Without that, the investigation or the charge sheet will not follow. Now, the third, that in case you are interested, we should not forget in the backdrop of what has happened. 2010, you have the Dantewada carnage in which 76 CRPF personnel were killed in an ambush. 2011, you have the massacre of the 27 Congress top leadership. Then you also had the dismembering of the 10 members of the CRPF again in 2011. In the backdrop of that, I would not fault the police in being proactive. But proactive does not mean miscarriage of justice or flawed or in any way a vindictive investigation. Nobody can condone a vindictive investigation. But where these people had gone there to check wanton killing, and had it been wanton killing, then why only of the Naxalites? Why not also of the security personnel and the large number of hundreds of innocent people killed by the Naxalites? If there is misplaced compassion, I would not fault the police to be proactive and to catch hold of anyone. I would not say catch hold, to identify those who are trying to fish in troubled waters. And if that be the case, you still have the recourse to go to the High Court or get a CBI inquiry ordered into anything if there has been a police misdemeanor. But to say and dismiss everything summarily that what the police is doing wrong, I would certainly request that you have a recourse to the Advisory Board number 1 and to the High Court to request for a CBI inquiry.